Okay. Welcome everyone. My name is John Heron. I have the distinct honor to serve as your MC for our announcement here today, and I also serve as the Minister for Natural Resources in the province of New Brunswick. This is a very exciting day that we have here today. We are announcing, or this is the launch of the New Brunswick's new comprehensive mineral strategy. The government of Premier Holt is locked in on the need for New Brunswick to be a reliable supplier of minerals. Now, the world really has changed. Is that the world needs Canada as a source for reliable minerals. Canada is poised to prove to be the best jurisdiction in the world to invest in mining. Our objective with the comprehensive mineral strategy is to be the leading jurisdiction in the country with mining. That's by having within that framework, of course, we're going to be environmentally responsible. From a regulatory perspective, we're going to be timely and predictable. But I want to make it very clear that there is no path forward in developing of our mineral resources with robust, iterative, genuine partnership with our First Nation communities. It's going to be a very, very exciting time. We're going to unlock a lot of wealth out of the geological assets that we have in New Brunswick. Fun fact, folks, 21 of the 34 critical minerals that have been identified by the federal government are found in the geology of New Brunswick. It's going to be a very, very exciting time, and I want to thank you all for being here. I'm serving as your MC. The mineral water will come at the end of this session. But I'm going to pass the microphone over to Premier Susan Holt, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Minister. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's incredible to see such a huge crowd to come out and learn a little bit more about what New Brunswick has to offer people who want to see mining grow in Canada for the benefit of our country and for the benefit of the world. So I'm going to give you a little bit of history. New Brunswick has been in the mining business for a very, very long time. The first mine developed in New Brunswick was in the 1600s, before New Brunswick existed. It was a coal mine in Grand Lake, and it produced some of our country's first ever exports. So the roots run deep, and they run deep enough to attach to the University of New Brunswick, one of the oldest educational institutions in the country that has a unique program in geological engineering and earth sciences that has produced exceptional data and information on the unique geology that New Brunswick has. But that's not what makes us the best place to do mining today. We have the minerals. I'll list a few of them because they include very important minerals for our security and defense, for our green transition. We have tungsten, we have molybdenum, we have indium, we have antimony, we have zinc, we have copper, we have manganese, we have gold, we have potash, we have uranium. These are minerals that mean a lot to the world right now and a lot to Canada as we forge our path to energy security, to a strong defensive position with allies that are signing on around the world. And the reason why you want to develop these minerals in New Brunswick is because they are easily accessible. New Brunswick is a small province, and our minerals are not on an ice road 400 kilometers down the way. Our minerals are in our backyard. And by our backyard, I mean to say we have 40,000 kilometers of forested road already built through our beautiful province. We have rail connection. We have 2 deep water ports, including one in Beldoon that is a set down for bulk and mineral, a place to transship all around the world. So you can get your resource out of the ground, into the port, place for processing, and your employees don't have to live in a camp. They can live in a community where they can engage with their neighbors and really enjoy their cycle mining in New Brunswick. So it's an easy to access mineral, and with this strategy, you have a government that is exceptionally easy to work with. You have a minister that you can reach on a cell phone. You have a predictable and clear regulatory agenda. We have a goal to permit faster than anyone else, maintaining that rigor, ensuring the kind of standards that Canada is known for, but making sure that your project is ready to attract investment and get going. So this strategy speaks to how New Brunswick is moving from potential to performance, attracting investment, getting projects accelerated, and seeing that growth on the ground so that New Brunswickers are delivering exceptional mining expertise and good paying jobs. Our province is reaping the benefits of this rich resource. We are contributing to Canada's security and economic position, and it's a win for everyone. So I would invite you to check out the strategy, to reach out to our phenomenal team. Come and visit us in New Brunswick and see why we are the place where you want to come and develop, explore, and produce the kind of resources that the world needs, and New Brunswick is ready to deliver. Alors, je vais vous remercier pour être ici. C'est un temps vraiment excitant pour le Nouveau-Brunswick parce qu'on a les ressources, on a l'expertise, tout est proche, on a un gouvernement accessible. Vos projets vont avancer d'une façon extraordinairement vite au Nouveau-Brunswick, d'une façon qui va avoir un bénéfice aux provinces, au Canada, puis autour du monde. Je veux vous remercier d'être ici. I want to thank you for coming, and I am thrilled to introduce a critical partner for New Brunswick at this time, and someone we are really proud to have representing our resources on the world stage, the Minister of Natural Resources, Tim Hodgson.
How about a round of applause for her? She just got off a plane from India. I don't know how you did that. That's amazing. Look, I need to read my stuff. I'm not a pro like you are. So, first of all, thank you everyone for being here. Bonjour. It's a pleasure to be here with Premier Holt and Minister Herron to mark the release of New Brunswick's new comprehensive mineral strategy. Premier and Minister, let me begin by congratulating your government. This is amazing. This is what it's all about, building Canada strong. We were together in Fredericton last week and had a chance to discuss mining in New Brunswick. And it's incredibly clear. New Brunswick's strategy reflects real vision. It lays out a clear path to responsibly develop New Brunswick's mineral resources across the entire value chain while raising the bar on environmental performance, strengthening partnerships with Indigenous peoples, and investing in skilled workforce that this sector requires. This work signals to investors, to international partners, and to the marketplace. If you're interested in seeing mines built and new mineral supplies developed, invest in New Brunswick. It positions New Brunswick as a strategic, dependable partner at a time when reliability in critical mineral supply chains is at a global premium. This strategy puts the province's geology, its workers, and its growing innovation ecosystem to work for all Canadians. It positions New Brunswick to support the industries of the future, from batteries and clean technology to advanced manufacturing and defense. That's good for everyone on Team Canada. We're already seeing this momentum translate into real projects. As was said in November, New Brunswick's Sisson project was referred to the Major Projects Office. The referral gives the Sisson mine coordinated federal support to advance towards final investment decision, whereupon it can strengthen Canada's critical mineral security by accelerating a significant tungsten supply for clean technology and national defense purposes. At the same time, Sisson will revitalize Canadian tungsten production for the first time in over a decade, creating jobs in New Brunswick for this generation and generations to come. New Brunswick's approach is fully aligned with our government's priorities. As the Prime Minister said in Davos, in a world that is becoming more fragmented, Canada is choosing a different path. A path of reliability, a path of partnership with Indigenous peoples, and a path to shared prosperity. But that choice is only possible because our provinces and territories are stepping up with forward-looking strategies like New Brunswick's. This Canadian unity, the fact that governments of all levels are rowing in the same direction from coast to coast to coast, is what sets us apart at home and on the world stage. To complement the work being done by provinces and territories, the Government of Canada is investing strategically to help provinces unlock their resource potential, create the conditions for projects to move faster, and build Made in Canada value chains. We are activating new tools announced in Budget 2025, including the Critical Minerals Sovereign Fund and the First and Last Mile Fund, which will jumpstart the production and processing of critical minerals and associated roads, transmissions, and other infrastructure in Canada. In 2025, we also launched the Critical Minerals Production Alliance at the G7 Summit in Kananaskis, a critical forum through which we are working with international allies to make Canada and New Brunswick the destination of choice to build the sustainable mines, processing facilities, and value chains that the world needs. In October, at the G7 Energy and Environment Ministers meeting in Toronto, I announced the official launch of the Critical Minerals Production Alliance with 26 new investments, partnerships, and other measures. And earlier today, we announced another 30 new deals with 13 international partners, which will unlock an additional $12.1 billion in critical investments here in Canada. Our new defense industrial strategy also recognizes the importance of critical minerals. And for the first time in Canadian history, we are leveraging the Defence Production Act to designate critical minerals as essential to Canada's defence and national interests, enabling us to launch our own defence stockpiling regime and to support multilateral stockpiling efforts by our allies. In closing, I hope to leave you with a simple message. This is the greatest country in the world, and every single part of it, every single province, like New Brunswick, is what makes it that way. And when we work together and align efforts, like life is better for every Canadian. We can build, innovate, and achieve results at a pace and scale that was previously unimaginable. Ladies and gentlemen, today's strategy from New Brunswick is a perfect testament to the fact that provinces, territories, Indigenous partners, and the federal government are moving in alignment to unlock the full potential of our natural wealth, responsibly, competitively, and strategically, while building the strongest economy in the G7. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how we put cards in our hand. That is how we fight a trade war we did not ask for, but one that we will win. That is how we supply our domestic needs and serve as a trusted supplier to our allies. Most importantly, this is Team Canada. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Okay, everyone, I'm not new to politics, so the last thing I want to do is take up any more mic time by any shape, way, or form before we access what we call New Brunswick mineral water and Moosehead Lager. So Minister Hodgson has another event, and I'm going to walk with him just for a little bit. I will be back. I trust you'll save me at least one can for my return.
Can I get one to go?
Yes, you can get at least two to go as well. I do want to also thank the Government of Canada and the partnership that we have with the Prime Minister, with Minister Hodgson. He is indeed a friend of New Brunswick, and I think a testament of that is him showing up here today for this particular announcement. So thank you very much for being here, and enjoy your mineral water. All right. Can I have two? There you go.
Don't throw them.
I need a photo here. Someone's got to get me one of these things here.
Okay, wait a second. I'm drinking.
All right, I like it. I'm good with that.
Cheers.
Cheers. There you go. At least I got my hand out of it too. There you go.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take that with me.
Do we have questions from the media or
I've got to run, but you're going to walk.
question?
Une question pour mes collègues de l'île Moncton. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous donner une mise à jour sur la mine Sisson? À quand est-ce qu'on pourrait s'attendre à un début d'exploitation à la mine de tungstène?
Oui, mais il y a plusieurs étapes pour le mine Sisson. Ils sont dans l'étape de faire leurs études de feasibility pour procéder. Ça va terminer en juin-juillet de cette année. Puis après ça, ils vont lancer sur les conditions dans l'évaluation de l'impact environnemental. Il y a 28 conditions qui vont travailler là-dessus dans l'année qui s'en vient. Et on espère voir qu'ils sont au point avec le travail d'ingénierie, le travail des conditions pour avancer le projet au prochain étage, où c'est le commencement de l'exploitation de la ressource en 2028. Ça dépend de qu'est-ce qu'on détermine avec le travail d'ingénierie, mais ils vont avoir du travail qui s'est fait cette année et l'année prochaine. Le vrai travail de prendre les ressources va venir après ça.
Vous avez parlé d'accélérer des projets avec cette nouvelle stratégie.
Oui.
Combien de mines vous espérez voir le jour en 2026 cette année, d'ici la fin de l'année?
Dis encore?
Combien de projets vous pensez vont voir le jour d'ici la fin de l'année?
Bien, il y a des projets actifs aujourd'hui où le travail se passe, mais on a aussi une histoire riche. Vous connaissez le monde à Bathurst. The Bathurst Mining Camp is known all around the world, and the resource there is ready to be redeveloped, and so we're seeing progress at Caribou, at Murray Brook. We're seeing more progress at an old mine that we had in Mount Pleasant that's coming back online. As you folks know, we're engaging with Nutrien to talk about their potash resource to get that back online. There's conversations with the Lake George mine to be moved back online, as well as new discoveries of things like gold and manganese outside of Woodstock and down in the south, as well as up in the north by Campbellton. So, il y a tellement de projets, je m'excuse, I just realized I switched to English. Il y a tellement de projets qui s'avancent avec de différents stages, mais il y a du travail et de l'investissement qui se fait cette année. Je viens juste de parler à quelqu'un qui investe 15 millions de dollars cette année au Nouveau-Brunswick, une autre compagnie 75 millions de dollars qui investit à Nouveau-Brunswick cette année pour préparer le terrain puis avancer le projet. Alors les retombées commencent déjà avec des emplois, des compagnies de Nouveau-Brunswick, du monde de Nouveau-Brunswick qui travaillent encore dans le secteur minier d'une façon qui a des retombées positives.
So with this strategy, do you expect that mining activity will become a larger part of the province's GDP again? Since I read the stat that it used to be 7, it's now down to 1. So what's your anticipation?
Now that we're in a position to... Okay, sorry, I thought that she was... I didn't know if she was with your outlet or if she was with your own. Okay, excellent. So the question was about the impact of the mining sector on New Brunswick's GDP, because historically, when we were really active out of the Bathurst mine and other properties, it was about 7% of our province's GDP, and today it's less than 1%, which is why when there is so much potential in New Brunswick's geology and our strategic location and the fact that you can develop minerals close to home, just down the road, and then they can get access to roads, rails, and ports to get to their end customer. We're the perfect place to move from the potential that we have to performance that reflects in our GDP. So when we look at investments of 10, 15, 75, 150, $250 million into New Brunswick for different projects, we expect to see that GDP impact grow significantly. We have forecasts that it's going to come as we look at the projects and the investment online. We're building out those forecasts to tell us how much that's going to have an impact, along with the other places that we expect to see GDP growth from. But I'd love to see it double from 1% to 2% to 4% between now and 2030. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I never know whether people need their own content or whether it's going to feed or...